if you are or you want to be a professional MMA fighter, your end goal cannot be making it to the UFC. Now listen, let's say, like, just imagine that's your end goal. So all your life you're just like, oh, I just want to get in the UFC. I just want to get in the UFC. I just want to get in the UFC. What will happen once you reach the UFC? You've used it as your motivation all this time through like 5 years, just like, I want to get to the UFC. I want to get to the UFC. And then you get to the UFC. You've achieved your goal. Why does your brain have to keep convincing you to do the super, super hard things that you did easily before? There's no reason for your brain to convince you to keep doing the things that you need to do because you've reached the goal that you've imprinted into your mind. So your goal needs to be much, much bigger than that. And the best case scenario is having a goal that never ends. There's a specific word for it. I can't really think of it at the moment, but it just keeps going and going and going. So a goal would be like becoming the best martial artist you can possibly be, or mastering all the martial arts. That's something that will take forever if it's even possible, right? So it's an infinite game. That's the word. You want to play an infinite game. You want to play the game for the enjoyment of playing the game, not because you want to reach some milestone. Because if you reach some milestone, once you hit that milestone, you have no reason to continue working. You have no reason to become better and better, and you have no reason to actually live the life you wanted to live. Like, for me personally, I love the thought of just fighting. Like, all I'm doing is fighting. All I'm doing is training. And I'm living in the gym and I'm training and I'm eating and I'm training. I don't really want to go to the parties. I don't want to go to the club. I don't want to really do any like crazy thing. I just want to fight. And of course, by doing that, I will make money. I will make all this other stuff. I will meet people. I will eventually, find a wife because I will have created all these great personality traits through fighting and through, traveling for fights and things like that. But yeah, I don't know where I was going with that. But the point is, don't have an arbitrary end goal, and especially don't have a goal that's just getting to the UFC. That's such a horrible goal because you'll get to the UFC, you'll lose 2 fights and get caught. And then what? You've made like 20 grand because you lost. If it's like 10 to show, you've made 20 grand. You spent your whole life or like 5 years, 5+ years dedicated to the sport, and then you're just done because you set the wrong goal when you started. That's dumb. Just try to become the very, very best. Either have a goal of becoming the best in the world or becoming the greatest of all time. Like, these type of goals are extremely hard to make happen. So you want to try and set those type of goals.